Hi Aries, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Aries and Libra on Mondays. Also, for those of you guys who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Mystic Mondays Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in booking a personal reading, the information is in the description below. And lastly, just as a final reminder, sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them, however, I usually don't take them unless they jump out like these ones have. And the goal is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and we can get started with your reading. All right, so I do just want to take a quick moment to remind you guys that if you enjoy the reading, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here, Aries, is the Empress. Now, the Empress is a wonderful energy to have because I feel that you are stepping into your royal power here, right? Because the Empress is the Queen of Queens. Now, the fact that it's here as your overall energy leads me to believe that you guys are doing a lot in the way of bettering yourself and your life. And I'm almost getting the phrase like bettering those around you. So I feel like right now everything is about that thriving energy that you have. And there's a lot of symbolism with the Empress for fertility, but it's not, I'm getting that it's not so much physical fertility as in like having a child, so much as like the fertility of your ideas. So any kind of idea that you have or any kind of a plan that you put together is really going to grow right now. But it's very interesting. I'm almost getting I do want to point out before anything here though that you have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, which is very strong new beginning energy. It's always really good to have any of the aces, and to have two, you're looking at a very stable beginning in love here, if you so choose. But certainly here, I'm getting something from the past, because I'm looking at this Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles talks about being left out in the cold. So I feel like this part of the story may vary for some of you guys, just depending on what your scenario and what your personal situation is. But either you were left out in the cold or you left someone else out in the cold, right? And that part of the story can vary depending on who you are. The roles may be reversed, but someone here is certainly wanting to make a comeback. The Two of Wands here talks about wanting to make a plan. Even though the Ace of Wands isn't here, I do see two other aces, which to me feel like you're sort of surveying out what the situation is, and then you're moving into this Two of Wands energy, which is the process of putting together a plan to take action. And even though I just said you, do remember that it doesn't necessarily have to be you in particular. It could be the other party, but I am getting for sure that there's this energy of planning here somewhere. Someone is planning something. And I think that it's some kind of reunion because I see the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups talks about reunions. It talks about celebrations. It talks about happiness. Sort of that like getting together with the girls and going out for a drink kind of energy. And I'm certainly getting that. It could be even some kind of a lover for you guys because I see the Five of Pentacles. I see the Three of Cups. And they're right next to each other. So it almost leads me to believe that someone is planning to make a comeback. And they're coming forth, they're wanting to come forth with some kind of stability or some kind of new beginning in love. Because certainly I see the Ace of Cups and I see the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I say that because just because they're planning to come forth that way doesn't necessarily mean that they will, or it doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to work out that way. But I'm certainly getting that if you were the person that was left out in the cold, they're coming forth and wanting to tell you something. I do want to point out real quick that the Moon card here, we have Pisces energy. And with the King of Swords here, we have air sign energy. So that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So for some of you guys, those signs may mean something, and for others it won't. Just take it as extra confirmation if they do. But like I was saying, the Moon card talks about secrets, and it talks about subconscious and things that aren't readily available or apparently like overtly apparent to you guys. So this is things that haven't been said, things that haven't been spoken, things that they've kept from you. I'm getting that in the past, especially with this Five of Pentacles energy, the communication has been very stagnant, and this is partially due to the fact that they have this information that they don't want to let go with the Moon card in reverse. But it's very interesting because I feel like this whole scenario has led to this Ten of Cups in reverse energy, because the Ten of Cups in the upright talks about emotional fulfillment, talks about happiness, and it talks about a lot of times love. And the fact that I'm seeing this Ace of Cups with this Three of Cups, like there's a lot of sort of that emotional love energy, especially with the Moon card. Like we have all this water here, and even in the King of Swords, it almost looks like there's a lake or some kind of a river or ocean behind him. So the cups of love are certainly in the air. But there's this energy of like things hadn't gone well before because this Ten of Cups is in reverse. And I don't think that it's so much of them fearing the fact that they're going to come forth with this Ace of Cups, and then they're not going to get the Ten of Cups, or that it's going to be blocked. I'm getting that it's blocked currently in the moment. So I'm getting whoever wants to come forth is in this King of Swords energy. And I think more than anything, this Ten of Cups is connected to this King of Swords energy, right? So I feel like whoever is in this talkative, sort of mature, fair, like cold, business-minded energy has sort of this chip on their shoulder. The Ten of Cups in reverse, it almost feels like they've had a lot of blockages and it's not, I'm getting the phrase it's not working out, which is very interesting because I know that this person wants to come forth and they want to bring this energy with them. And like, even more than just come forth, they want to come back with the Three of Cups. It's like they don't want you to know, which is a very interesting energy. I feel like that for a lot of you guys, this person might actually be embarrassed because they were probably the whole reason that this Five of Pentacles happened in the first place. And I think that they're sort of putting themselves in the like mind frame of, well, how much further along could we have been if I hadn't done this? But I'm getting that this is, especially for some of you, you might be like on some kind of twin flame journey because we have the Empress as your overall energy. The counterpart to the Empress is the Emperor, and it's very interesting that we don't see any mention of that. The Emperor being the sign of Aries as well, but like I was saying, there's sort of this like, actually, now that I mention it, I think that they might be intimidated by you as well, because the Empress certainly isn't an easy person to approach. And even though this person is a king of swords, they might be intimidated to approach the Queen of Queens, right? So I feel like part of it has to do with this Ten of Cups, the fact they're trying trying to work up the nerve to come forth, but part of it is also that they haven't even made their plan yet. So once all this is squared away, I'm getting that there's going to be a lot more communication. But it looks like somebody wants to come back. And I think that they're going to come forth with some kind of a truth. Like, this moon card in reverse wants to be a game changer. Like, this is some new revelation that hasn't been given to you yet. So look forward to that, Aries. But that was your reading first time around. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new videos for Aries on Mondays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.